Get ready for an unfair advantage over your competition. This is the Sales Edge podcast, where globally recognized sales expert and trainer Joe Pici helps you sharpen your skills for booking more appointments and closing more deals. And now, here's your host, Joe Pici.
Well, hi, this is Joe Pici of The Sales Edge. Welcome back. We are on podcast number 58. It's hard to believe. We just started this maybe 5 months ago, and we're already up to 58, and we're excited. And it's only because of your loyalty and you continuing to spread the word on our podcast. Sales Edge is sponsored by Pici & Pici, which is a speaking, coaching, training, consulting firm specialized in helping people and companies take their business, their career, their profession to a higher level to give them a competitive edge. Really, Pici & Pici strives to help companies, individuals get in front of their target market and convert to business. Well, our podcast, Sales Edge, is only able to give great content based on what you ask for. You know, if it's outside our wheelhouse, we'll always tell you, so feel free to send me an email at joe@piciandpici.com or just pick up the phone. Let's have a cup of Joe. Complimentary, 407-947-2590. We invite disagreements, agreements. Ask us to, Joe, is it in your wheelhouse to speak on this topic? And we'll tell you. And if there's things you want us to discuss, if you'd like to hear something specific, feel free to let us know. So Sales Edge will continue to really execute content for you. In number 57, we started talking about networking for leads. Really how to utilize networking events to create potential business, to create generating referrals, really to specifically help you take your business, your career, your profession to another level. Unfortunately, what we have seen is not always does your membership turn into money. And so we're going to get specific today on some of the things you can do, some of the skills and some of the action steps you can take to turn that membership, your time, into an income. We talked about all the different types of networking events you could go to, from fundraisers, professional associations, mastermind groups, conferences. But we also were very defined at last podcast. We decided to drill down a little bit on Chamber of Commerce's and leads groups. So with that in mind, we're gonna begin to maybe unfold some of the things you can do in developing a great networking experience. The first thing I think we need to understand about networking is we need to do our due diligence about choosing the right group. Here's a couple foundational principles that we've come up with when researching the right group for us. Number one, make sure your target market is in the room or the people in the room can access you to your target market. So this is where you have to have a very defined target market. You need to know, am I more of a B2C business? Am I more of a B2B business? Now, for us, for Joe and Dawn Pici, we have a B2B target market, we have a B2C target market. But so many businesses are either more B2C or B2B. So let's see, are the businesses that are in your target market, are they represented at these events? Okay. Or are the B2C people, are they in the room? Now, besides whether or not they're in the room, do you know the people in the room? Can they access you through referral, through introduction to your target market? And really, sometimes you're not going to know this right away until you're able to have some very strong conversations, and really who's ever in charge of that event, you may want to have a conversation with them. I like to sit down, have coffee with the manager, so to speak, the leader of that networking group, that chamber. And I like to get an understanding of who is their clientele, who's in the room. Is this more B2B? Is it B2C? Now, in the B2B market, here's something even more refined and defined. Are the owners of those companies coming to the meetings, or do they just send their employees? You know, employees cannot always make a decision, and they're not always great at getting the message. And so if you're going to a networking event where, yes, the owners of companies buy the membership, but they don't personally attend, they're sending employees, and the employees are not capable of making a buying decision. Is this the best use of your time and your money? So that's one of the foundational principles, which is do your homework before you choose a type of networking event you're going to. The second foundational principle is you need to become part of the fiber of this organization. This is the time commitment. You don't just want to run in and run out. You don't want to show up once in a while and hope you're getting a lot of business. If you're going to join this networking group, you're going to have to put in some time. You're going to have to invest time in that group so you can build, know, like, and trust. Otherwise, people are not going to trust you. They're not going to feel strongly about referring you or even using your service. Now, many people say it's all about who you know, and I'm here to say it's not about who you know, but it's about who knows you have a solution. So therefore, part of being effective, turning that membership into money, part of having effective networking experiences, you're going to have to educate the people in the room to what you provide your clients in a way that they have deep and understanding on who you are, what you do, who you do it for, and what you deliver. Who you are, what you do, who you do it for, and what you deliver. It takes time to get those messages, and that's why this is an investment of time. Now, let me give you a few things on what networking is not, okay? It's not get rich quick. This is not transactional in nature. It takes time. You can get business out of these events. You will get business, but it's not going to be right now. And some people do not want to invest the time it takes to build those key relationships with the key people. And so if you're looking at networking as a place to go in and turn business over today, this may not be a good lead source for you. The second thing is, it's not about selling. It's about building relationships. Now, I'm not talking about kumbaya here. I'm talking about, do you have a strategy, a methodology, a specific way of building know, like, and trust? When I go into a networking event, I'm not selling a product or service. I'm selling a relationship of know, like, and trust. And so you have to have a long-term vision. Number 3, it's not for extroverts only. And this is where I see people think you have to be this outgoing, flowery person to be effective in networking. It's actually just the opposite, because it's more about listening than talking. Most people think people who talk a lot are really great at networking events, and I'm here to say through experience, through people I've coached, the more you listen, the more trust you build, the more business you will get. And so that's number 3. Number 4, it's not about handing out your business cards to everyone in the room. And you see this all the time. I saw this just the other day. I walked into an event and I saw people just handing out their cards. Quite frankly, the only people I hand a business card to are people who ask for one. Now listen, if it's unsolicited, it usually goes in their right pocket, which usually goes on their desk, which usually winds up in a trash can. And as my wife always says, you're just killing trees. You see, it's so important not to just go in there and peddle your cards to every person. Here's another one. Number 5, it's not all about you. It's can you be a connector of people? When I'm working in a networking group, I'm looking for people I can connect. So over there is Fred, and he's a realtor. Over there is Jim. He's a mortgage broker. I see there's potential business there. I introduce Jim to Fred. I put them together. I say, you guys may have some common business you could do down the road. I'm going to introduce you. I introduce them, and I leave. Now, I can tell you this. I don't do this to get reciprocal business. However, in the book Influence by John Cialdini, the law of reciprocation says this: if I do something nice to someone, they're going to subconsciously want to return the favor. I don't go into it with that idea. I truly want to connect people to do business with each other. One of the byproducts of our boot camps, I don't sell this, I don't tell people it's going to happen, okay? But because of the quality people who come to our sales boot camp, our speaker boot camp, our DISC certification, because they're looking to take what they do to the next level, and I'm very open about the fact, hey, look, get to know each other. You just never know what could happen. I introduce them to each other. More times than not, before that training is over, they've had coffee together. They've gone out to lunch together. It starts a relationship, and many, many times it leads to real business. Now, number 6, it's not about just the people in the room. It's about the 300 people swirling around their head that they know. And if I build know, like, and trust, then there is an opportunity that in the people they know, somebody will be referred to me. If I'm strong about understanding who their target market is, what they're all about. So this comes from, understanding people, which is number 7. It's not just about the meetings. It's about the meeting outside the meeting. I do not go to a networking event unless I'm going to invest time in the people in that room that I want to sit down with, to pick up the phone and set up a one-on-one appointment with them, to get to know what they do better. We can share ideas. We can share core stories, and I equip that person, and I'm equipped to be a better referral partner. Number 8, it's not about sitting with your clique. At funny time, a lot of people have luncheons, they have breakfasts, they have events where they bring a lot of people together in that event, and it's always amazing to people that people walk in and they find their buddies, and they always seem to get together with their group, their clique, their buds. Well, folks, based on the intent, based on what you decide you want out of this, if you want new business, I would recommend maybe sitting with some new people. Now, number 9 is a bonus and something my wife has taught me. A lot of networking events have a lot of people in direct marketing, whether it's network marketing, whether it's businesses like Aflac, anything to do with direct sales. And what my wife will do is she will collect all of the, what they call catalogs. And when it comes to something she needs, a gift, a holiday, she will go in that catalog first. And why is that? Well, if she wants designer jeans, she could go to Dillard's, or she could buy designer jeans from a cabbie distributor. In so doing, she earns tremendous loyalty from that person, and that person thinks highly of her and begins to advertise our business. So this is the thing about investing and not just spending. Now, in working networking groups, your business card is your least expensive collateral. And it's amazed me at how many people do not use business cards anymore. They'll do something on their phone it's not about that. It's about your business card is literally a brand grower. It is the least expensive brand grower. And so let me give you some business etiquette on your business card. By the way, a good friend of mine, somebody I have great respect for, Mike out of Tampa, he was on the phone with me the other day. He listens to our podcast and he goes, hey, look, you're getting off track a little bit and you're giving us a lot of mindset, but let's get back to Joe and give us some how-to-its. So, Mike, this is for you, buddy. We're giving how-to-its today. And thanks for your input, by the way. Business etiquette. And number one, when you design your business card, make sure you have value propositions on it. Okay, if you look at our business card, our business card, the first thing you see in the biggest print is gain an unfair advantage over your competition. And so our business card is going to be about the client. Number two, when you want a card, ask someone for their card. May I have your business card? So that's the second thing. Now, in etiquette, here's the way you take it. You put two hands out, and when they hand it to you, you take it with two hands, and you look at it. You don't just slide it in your pocket. So number one is get value propositions. Number two, ask someone for their card and take it with two hands. But number three is look at it and ask them about it. So if you hand me your card and your name is Frank, wow, how long have you been doing this? Wow, how did you get into this profession? Hey, what do you see as some of the challenges in your industry? See, I'm talking about them, excuse me, not about me. The key is for people to remember you. Now, number four, I would recommend you become an expert in behavior styles. I like to take the business card and write down what behavior style they seem to be in that day. That doesn't mean they're going to be there the next day, but are they fast-paced? Are they slow-paced? Do they appear more task-driven or more people-driven? And I'm going to write that down. The next one, follow-up, follow-up, follow-up. I can't tell you the amount of people I have coached, I have had come to our training, that they tell me they have thousands of cards. What do you do with them? Well, we scan them, we put them in our CRM. No, but what do you do with them? The key to that business card is, if you're going to ask for it, I recommend you follow up. Here's some things you can do. Number one, connect with them on LinkedIn. Get them to connect with you on the social media you use the most in your industry. Number 6 is my favorite. Pick up the phone and call them. If you thought enough of them to get their card, would you pick up the phone and call them? When? I call them immediately. I met a woman the other day at a very, very early morning networking group, and I met her at 7:30. At 9:30, I called her up. Well, that sounds like pressure. No, don't mistake pressure with follow-up. Don't mistake pressure with professionalism. If I ask you for a card and you give it to me, you expect me to reach out to you. Now, another etiquette thing, make sure you're attending the meetings regularly and meeting these people. Now, what is the thing about, what if you go to a chamber and there's all these people? Our philosophy, I am so sorry, and our goal is to only meet 1 to 3 people. And I had a guy tell me one time, you're not very good at this. Those 1 to 3 people, I get them to do all the talking. I learn all about them. When I pick up the phone, they remember me. So hopefully this is giving you some keys on how to turn that membership into money. Pull out your phone. And before you pull out your phone, don't forget, you might be receiving a call to be on this show, Heroes of Transition. And that's going to be 2 guests a month. I think we'll be starting probably end of December, early January. People in the climb, in the hunt. They're taking what they do to another level. We're going to interview them. Take out your phone and type in 55678 and put in the message, Sales Edge. Make sure it's one word. Hit send. That's going to take you to a link. Hit the link. That's going to take you to a splash page. You'll see our picture. Scroll down. Free downloads, ebooks, and then there's also links to our podcast. If these podcasts are of value to you, can you like them? Can you share them? Can you write a comment? But also, can you send them to your buddies and help us grow this base? We want to be an impact. We want to be a value add to you, your clients, your company, the people you know. This has been Joe Pici from The Sales Edge. This has been podcast number 58, and we are so excited about what we have for you in the future. Just have a great day. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for listening. New episodes will air each Tuesday and Thursday, so make sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and give us a 5-star review. The Sales Edge is sponsored by Pici & Pici Incorporated, a firm which provides training, consulting, and keynote presentations, empowering corporations and individuals to attract and retain quality clients for higher revenues and growth. Make more money in sales. Speak with Joe in person by calling 407-947-2590 or visit www.piciandpici.com. Spelled PICIAND, PICI.com.